rope. There you go.
Yep, there we go. There we go. Good night, everyone. Impromptu stream, sort of. I was gonna maybe consider streaming a little later, like maybe at 9, but I decided that I don't want to stream until late. Maybe for I'm gonna say like 2 hours and a half or something like that. It's gonna be not a longish stream. We'll see. I am going back to Final Fantasy 14, so I decided, hey, I'll use my alt and then just do the rehabilitation of trying to get back into rotations and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to be skipping a lot of story today, so it's just going to be a chill thing. And I'll be able to talk a lot more today because I kind of know the game a bit better than other things. But hope everyone's doing all right. Let me go into the media room. All right, there we go. Okay, I'm using my alt. There we go. Okay, I hope it's capturing right. It is. Let me make sure that both chats are open. And all right, perfect. I bought Dawn Trail today, which means that I have a year to catch up. I'm in on my main. I'm in patches, but I decided, hey, instead of like moving the story forward, I'm just gonna focus on just relearning the game from the ground up. But anyways,
I take it you will help us.
Today was kind of a chill day. You know what? I need to show potato pics. Personally doing okay, just up at 2 a.m. because I want to go practice that I couldn't get yesterday. Oh, that's fine. I can show some potato pics later. But I went to walk potato at the harbor today. Well, I say harbor, but it's a coast, really. It's just ocean front. If my PC can't handle general, like, streaming things that are too strong, I would consider streaming RuneScape. Though I might consider rebooting my laptop into a Windows PC. Because right now I have a bunch of stuff that I just need Windows for. But I'll see if I can dual boot my Linux instead. I could try it. I mean, I haven't played RuneScape in years. It's just the startup, and like I don't want to end up with too many live service games that I have to grind. Actually, I don't really need to. Yesterday, I was like in between, like, do I want to stream or do I not? I was gonna stream yesterday actually, but then like around the day, I like lost the motivation for personal reasons, and I decided that it was just better to stream today. I think you showed me, yeah, that's right. It's like a short thing. Retrieve the corpses. Sure thing. I'm trying to make sure that I just speedrun the story because I want to be able to play with my my friends. Oh, I gotta put these guys. I need to adjust my... Makes a tree from the last league look pathetic. You're good, Meteor. I get it. On my trip, I'm gonna be working on personal stuff only, so I'll be sure to like keep tabs on stuff, and that'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You're good. Right, quartz. Honestly, it took me like oh man, this game. This is so recently. I've been like bouncing around with. I think the other day I had like this epiphany. I think I've talked about this, but I had this epiphany of like, I'm like fucking tired of just like general live service games or gacha games, because I was just like. A lot of these games are just like a waiting game and just like nonsense grinding, but this game always looks fun, but I do not want to go from... Well, here's the thing. You can pay for that. You can actually buy your way up to a certain level. But even then, they've made it so that you can just speedrun the main story. They've actually, like, the first few expansions, they made it so you can completely solo, and they'll level... like, everything will level you up appropriately. So you're not, like, stuck... I personally don't mind ZZZ to a point, Genshin. I do like ZZZ because it's simpler. I'm just like... But here's the problem. It's that I want a game that... I don't know, like... How do I explain it? It's just like... I'm good. Like, there's a gacha every minute, and like all of it is like in service of nothing, I guess. Because here's the thing: with gachas, you have to constantly wait for the next character to drop, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna get resources and stuff. With this, it's just like, here's the game. You play with your friends, and that's kind of it. And that's kind of the aspect that I like. This and MMOs are kind of like a little bit more, and you don't even have to do dailies. Like, this game was designed specifically in mind with, you know, not having to log in. Like, a lot of the design aspect of this is very much like, they don't want to force people to log in every day. There's a very, very good documentary about the development of Realm Reborn. I can't remember what this, like, what the name of the channel that made it. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, this... Hey, Dark. This has, like, years and years of content available to it. And they keep adding to it. The one thing I will say that this game kind of, like, has weird collabs. Like, there's a Nier raid, and then there's, like, an upcoming Evangelion raid, which... They're both not very good raids. They're fun in their own aspect, but they're kind of weird. The best raid in this game, in my opinion, is the Final Fantasy Tactics one. But you know what my problem with, you know, like, oh, the dailies in this game are super fast or whatever, it's that if I pick up a game, you don't have that sense of accomplishment if you play it for like 10 minutes and then you did everything, right? And you have to do that every day. Like, oh, it's quick or whatever. Like, we've been conditioned to think, oh, 10 minutes is not that much of my time every day. Or, like, every other day. Because you got to get material so that, you know, for the next... Like, with something like an MMO, like, you can... Like, for example, for this one, you can log in, like, once a week or twice a week between expansions or whatever. And you kind of just grind for the things that you want. And then you're, like, you hang out with friends, mostly. With gachas, it's a very, like, singular person kind of thing. Different types of things, but I feel like you get a little bit more out of the experience, in my opinion. I think that universe collabs take away from a game as well. I prefer when Final Fantasy XIV collabs with other Final Fantasy games. Or they have raids inspired by some of their games. Like, for Shadowbringers, the raid is the collab raid, quote unquote, I guess. Or I think it's the 8-man or the 12-man raid is Final Fantasy VIII inspired. And it's really good. It's really fun. The devs for 14 do a good job of, like, just, like, making feel everything like it gels. It's just that the Nier one, for example, like, stands out. And then Yoko Tada's like, oh, this is canon. Because, like, anything that where like his games, where Nier Automata comes out, it's like, oh, everything is canon. It's the same thing with Evangelion. It's like any new universe is canon. They're all canon. There's a universe where fuck, what's this kid's name? Gendo is, like, happy and he shaves and stuff, like, for a Gillette ad, and then it's like, oh, that's canon. That's, like, another timeline where he's happy and everything's good. A fatality. To me, it's a thing where I can accept. It's like that for various film models. I don't personally agree with their models. I can see why they do it. Heck, I go into thoughts of, hey, I'm spending money even though I know it's all effectively going down the thing. Like, I mean, it's fine. It's just that the other day, I had this epiphany, like a week ago or something. I bought a $17 skin for a character. And then it dawned on me, it's like, I just bought a game that costs this and gives me hundreds of... Like, you can spend your money however you want. Don't let anyone stop you. It's just more of, like, having this realization that I'm like, oh, I think like I might have made a mistake. Like, I used to spend a lot of money on Azur Lane. Not like a crazy amount, like maybe $20 a month or something like that. It's not even buyer's remorse. Like, I didn't regret buying the object or, like, the skin. It was more of, like, I'm fairly... I'm fairly sick of gachas in general. Like, I'm playing Azure Lane out of, like, obligation, because I've been playing it for years. And, like, at this point, it's almost like a sunken cost fallacy at this moment. Like, I still like Azure Lane. Like, but if someone would tell me, like, oh, should I play it? I would be like, no, don't. That you're not missing out on anything. Recently, I don't like dailies. I don't like dailies either. I've been playing the, like, another like, there's a lot of games that I want them to exist. Like waifu, like make your own, like, not make your own, but like train, like, you know how in gachas you get your waifu and, like, you know, you get make her strong or whatever. Like, I want more games that are just games and you can do that, and you have, like, your roster however you want it. But I was playing the game that you bought me, Meteor, AI Limit, and I was gonna play that earlier, but I was like, I don't like playing games that are like you know, Souls-likes on stream too much. But that game isn't too hard, but it wasn't something that I was just like, I'll stream it. I might stream the original Dark Souls instead, because that game it's good. I like it, but it's like Souls-like. It's not very difficult, but I'm having fun, and I'm like, oh, I want more stuff like this. Honestly, the reason why there are a lot of gachas, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't even say that they're lonely. I would just say, like, it is what it is. It's just people that, like, have nothing to spend on. The game is, when I say, like, Souls-like, it's because it's very easy, and compared to, like, for me, it's like, it's the right amount of difficulty, because I'm not very good at these games in general. But it's Souls-like because the window for parrying is very, very forgiving. Like, you can, like, okay, you can roll, like, there's no stamina, so you can dodge as many times as you want. And you don't really get punished for, like, spamming parry. The only thing that I would say is that the counter to that is that you're locked in an animation. So, like, if you do an attack, you can't cancel it. You can't, like, attack and then, like, cancel into a dodge. It's like you attack and you're committed to that. So I guess, like, in that way, like, sure. But it's easier because the parrying window is, like, super easy. And the enemies don't, like... It's not gruelingly hard, either. It's, like, the right amount of difficulty for someone like me. But for someone that is very good or loves Dark Souls, these games would be very easy. And they would probably clear it in, like, one day. Hey, Randy. I'm doing alright. I hope you're doing alright yourself. Like, if I get, I mean, I could stream it for a little bit later, once I'm done with this, just so, you guys can see. It is very Dark Souls 1 in ambience. The only thing I would say with this game, with AI limit as well, is that there's a lot of like bullshit placement, which is just like on par for those kinds of games, where it's like, oh, there'll be like 50 enemies like hiding somewhere, and you're like, oh, I bet like there'll be like a box here, right? And you can see it and like, oh, I'm gonna go, but then you're like turning around the corner. But I'm a seasoned player, so you'll like, oh, okay, let me see. There might be enemies hiding somewhere or whatever. And effectively, they are. Some enemies just like materialize, like you don't see them, and then they just spawn out of nowhere behind you. Some enemies you can see, but you can't attack them. It's like frustrating. Like if there's some enemies that are supposed to ambush you and you can't see them, and you try to attack them, nothing happens. You have to like go through the motion of getting them to like spawn, quote unquote. It's like, you know how I would describe it? It's a little harder than Code Vein, and like well put together. It's like they took the code for like the combat of Dark Souls and they did some tweaking, and it feels more of like an introduction to these kinds of games rather than it is like the gameplay is very good. Like it feels satisfying to play, but in terms of difficulty, they've like tweaked it so it's easier for everyone to play. Not like in piss easy difficulty. It's just like when you play it, you know. I like RuneScape's combat. It's essentially tabletop combat, but in real time. It's very fun, easy to learn, but when you really dig into it, there's a lot of in-depth because of old Jang. Yeah, I mean, it's... It is a tabletop. I mean, a lot of these games are built around, like, Dungeons and Dragons. That's kind of like the granddaddy of all these games. For me, I'd have to say bigger guys with stuff like Bonnie Gold, Jail. Honestly, here's the thing. I think a better... it's like the game is good. It's fun. I like it. It's not like... It's an indie game. It's not like... I don't know, for someone who doesn't really is not very good at those games or like lacks a little, like it plays well for me. But if you're like a huge Souls buff, you're not gonna like it. You're just gonna be like, oh, this is baby's first Dark Souls game. You're gonna breeze through it. But I like the ambience. I mean, I have like very little gripes with it in terms of like just it's hard to like tell you from the top of my head. It's like when I play, it might be much better. But the only thing I would say is that the voice acting is kind of shit. But it's like that's not fair to say. It's not very good, but I can understand, you know, the voice acting not being like I can forgive it for it being for one, it being like a Chinese game, and two, it's relatively low budget, so they got whatever they wanted. they got whatever they could, basically. Weird. You gotta understand, it's a product of its time. Man, I've been playing this game since it first came out. Not like the original iteration, but the Realm Reborn came out. Back when, like, people that jump into this game now would have never played it how it originally came out. Like, Realm Reborn was bad. It was good, but it wasn't, like, it was way better than the original. And this game has certainly come a long way, but the original way it was out was fastidious, annoying. It, like, it's very hard to get into. I couldn't get into it original. Like, I played it, of course. I got somewhere along the first midway point or something like that of the story, but the original way that a lot of the roles worked was very annoying. Like, they played exactly like WoW. Like, for example, when you were a tank, you'd have to target, like, what is it, like, you had to mark your targets. It was like way too much setup. Everything was like tedious. There was like a lot of things to collect. It was just not very good, and it was the story took eons, like just an eternity to get moving. I mean, so as long as they don't make bosses, easy moveset with sponge. The best way I can describe AI limit is parry slop. They give you like a ton of things to do, but almost everything in the game can be parried, even projectiles. So you're just going to be parrying everything. I mean, they do a good job of like giving you options of like, oh, you can choose to not do the parrying. And I think the bosses have a good amount of HP, but the thing is, because you can parry them so often, it's like, it feels like you're a god. Like, if you've been playing Dark Souls for many, many years, and you're just like, you're doing like a run for jokes, and you're like, you just parry everything and you kill everything in minutes. Like, the mastering for here's the thing though, you know, in Dark Souls, when you parry, like, you do the move, and then there's like a huge window of like just open for you to get like beat up if you've missed the parry window, and you can't like start like spamming because the parrying uses your stamina. Because you don't have a stamina bar, you have like something else. You can essentially like do parry and then like a split second parry. So you don't get punished for spamming parry. You're just not gonna get the timing right. Like, if you miss the window, you're like, you know, it's better to like roll out and then wait for a better timing. But it's not like, so you can master parry. Like, when you see You kind of like when okay. The better way to describe it is that immediately when you get into a fight, you know immediately when you can parry. The window for parrying is extremely generous. The tells aren't as huge. It's not like they're giving you like a blue light or like anything, but like when an enemy jumps and it's gonna hit you, and you parry right, the enemy just kind of resets, and then they go into a kneeling animation for you to do the stabbing thing. It's a very casual Dark Souls. Is kind of like the best way I can describe it. Shepherd slops. It doesn't like the game doesn't feel cheap in any way. It's just more casual and than regular Souls. This kind of like all I'll say. Again, in general, I'm not very good at those games, so this one just works right up my alley. There are some enemies that are extremely annoying to deal with, especially if you can't figure out, like, whatever. I went for a dexterity build, so I've been using, like, dual blades. It's just like status ailments don't work the same way as they do in Dark Souls. Tell me why I got into World of Tanks and it makes me hate myself. I've seen people play World of Tanks and World of Warships. And I mean, this game is fun. It takes a bit to get into, but I honestly recommend it. It is free until Shadowbringers. No, not Shadowbringers, sorry. It is free until Stormblood, I think. Which is the second expansion. If you buy the game now, it includes all the way up to something. Or Stormblood. I can't get really into those games like tanks and warships. It's like a sweat game, I think. And I kind of feel like I want to replay Elden Ring. But at the same time, I think I beat that game like 3 times back to back. And then I did the DLC twice. So I'm good on Elden Ring for a little bit. Like I need like a couple of years before I decide to go back to it. And I couldn't get into what's it called? Night Ring. Like I tried it for hours and I had a few friends trying to play it. But I don't know, like it just kind of defeated the purpose of why I had fun with Souls games. Because they're slow and methodical, and like I couldn't get into it because it's just very like I don't know. Hey Spirit. This week I have to, like, now that I'm thinking about it, this week I have to work really hard to finish some of the commissions that I have left, and then I have to dedicate the last 2 weeks before my trip just to studying Japanese and doing some extra work. So Mami Ishitola. Best character in this game. No one can tell me otherwise. She still has her sight. Alright. Have a good rest, Meteor. Thanks for stopping by. Also, 1 second. Let me check. I need to check something. Present affiliates and to mix up the bonfire. Oh, thanks. This is supposed to be CEO. My main is Roz, but they're on a different server. But this was supposed to be CEO. Right. This is the closest I could get it. there's a lot less shit happening in the early parts of the game. I forgot how little happens at the start. This is you know how there's like a meme of like, I promise you it gets better. This is very much so the I promise you it gets better and it gets amazing later on. Oh, Realm Reborn is... honestly, instead of like... I'm glad they're doing a lot of rework for the game in terms of like how the jobs work and everything, but I also think they should dedicate some time to this start. There's a lot they could do to just get rid of. Yeah. Yeah, that's effectively how it works. This circle, like, circles get complicated and complicated as it keeps going. Peak Bringers, yeah, 100%. Shadowbringers is so fucking good. Even as it, like, it's standalone, like, as its own, is such an impressive piece of work. I feel like they should take a skeleton crew of, like, their best people and just set them to work on redoing a Realm Reborn. And just have it, just rework it. Do it from scratch. Like, they already redid the final, the last few raids for a Realm Reborn, which, holy shit, such devastation. Like, I'm so glad that like, I think people that pick it up now don't know how the original one was such a slog. I remember, like, doing my dailies and then, like, having to run into that specific dungeon, like the final one for this, and you're just like, oh fuck this one, no. and oh man. But I feel like the story itself, they could start, like, stripping stuff away, redoing it, rewriting it in a way that, like, you don't lose stuff. Just to get people, like, to get into the meat and potatoes of the story. Elidibus did nothing wrong. Fucking E. He's such a great character. I miss him. I'm gonna stream Shadowbringers with my alt for sure. And I'm not gonna skip the stories or any beats that have him, because honestly, skipping Shadowbringers is like it's so good. I do remember that you could buy, like, level up packs. So, like, if I think they sell them mostly for people that have, like, alts. But you know what happens is that most people just don't buy them because they basically just prefer playing their alt until the latest expansion. It's really interesting. Like I'm doing. Like, I could have easily as just said, FF14, I've just watched a VTuber play. Yeah, it's Shadowbringers is really good. That's the thing. Playing this game, if you're not into MMOs, you're just not gonna like it. But the story is really good. Yeah, there's a... This game does a lot of things right. The music is like... Shoken is peak. Oh. Oh man, I gotta remember my rotations. What do you mean? Not really. I mean, it depends on the job. I don't think so. My running joke was telling the VTuber how I was behind, and she asked what patch I was on, and I was just say, I just started playing 356. In the bowl of embers, now accessible. So now it's a boss fight. We can do... Okay, so here's another huge thing. you can actually play this game solo for, I think, the first 2 expansions. Up until Stormblood, I believe. They'll give you NPCs, so you don't really have to like queue up. And this is mostly done not necessarily for like people that just want to play alone, but it's mostly done so that you can play the base game and learn how it works without like having to commit with other people. And then like once you know how it works, you know. Because it's very different. Like if you play with someone and you don't know what you're doing, it's more frustrating for both people. This fight is different. I think this fight is different. I don't remember it being this way. I think they redid a lot of the old fights. Come on, fucking attack the nail. Oh. I have to redo all of that. See, imagine wiping for not knowing what to do. Did they replace old Joseph here? They did. But it's not, like, they didn't replace his voice lines. They changed the way his dungeon works. It's much you get much quicker to him. I don't think I've done it too much, so I don't remember perfectly. Kill it, please. Help me kill it. Why? Why can't you guys just... Oh my god. I have to genuinely be on the money for that. That is so annoying. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, really? I'm gonna look for a party. There's no fucking way. I have, like... This is such horseshit. I have to be ready for that fucking nail when it. The second it shows up, I have to start attacking. Oh my god. That was on fun. Yeah, he does. He's not very good at it. Oh my god, I'm losing my fucking mind here. I want to be done with this. Hey, thanks for following. Oh my god, finally! Holy shit. Okay. Here's the problem with playing with NPCs. They suck at their job. They're very good at teaching you how it works, but like when it comes to like executing mechanics, it's like all on you. So if you're like, this works much better if you're the tank rather than like the DPS usually. But it like playing with NPCs can be extremely rough. Worked to the Cyan. Oh god, I gotta teleport. They're fine. Hold on, let me turn something on. They're okay. They do their job, but it's like you kind of get punished a little bit. They're only there to teach you kind of like the ropes, but for some fights, it's like genuinely just better if you play with other people. I mean, in general, it's better to like party up than it is to play with the NPCs, but for some like story dungeons, it's just better to just do the NPCs so that you can rush through it. Because sometimes you'll try to do like a story dungeon and you won't get the party. I think especially if you're a DPS, it's like harder to find parties, or it used to be very difficult. But because my main is a tank, I didn't have this problem. Or originally I started out my main started out as a white mage. Black mage. Sorcery. For Seal, not really. He would play to hang out, but not as a date. He's not much of a gamer. He wouldn't do it. He plays it mostly because his best friend plays it. I'm doing good time with these. Especially considering sort of playing in the middle of the afternoon. Oh, that guy's armor is really cool. Dio is more of a retro gamer. You're more likely to get mileage out of him playing Mario Party. Or something like that. So, moments. You know what I want to say? This game is extremely impressive. For like, this game exists since the PS3 era. It's very impressive, like the way that this game existed. It doesn't look that much different from like how it originally was created. It's very, like, to me, I really find it surprising that it looked this good when it first launched, and it still does look good. Oh yeah. Yep, same year as GTA 5. No, wait, no. Hold on. I gotta check that out. It released 2013. Okay, no, Final Fantasy 14 Online launched 2010. So it launched 16 years ago. But A Realm Reborn was released for PC and PlayStation on 2013, so 3 years later. So this game came out when I first got into college. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. This Final Fantasy 14 came out when I was in, like, are you, holy shit. So I graduated high school in 2010 and I went into oh my god. Holy shit. And A Realm Reborn came out a year before. Oh, wow. When I picked this game up, I picked it up 2 years after it came out, like Realm Reborn. I think a year or two after it came out. That is insane.
I lost my son to the collect.
There's a lot of busy work in the first in Realm Reborn. Again, I still feel like there's a lot they could do to streamline it so that you get to the good parts right away. I know that they're setting up a lot of the world and a lot of the characters, but I feel like they could use some rework. They need some. Oh, fuck. I mean, this game has been around since the DSi and then the 3DS. Chew on that. This is a 16-year-old game. This is crazy. I mean, it's not as old as like something like RuneScape, which is like more than like 20 plus years, like 25 or something like that. But yeah, GTA 5 is like old as shit as well. And they're still milking the shit out of that game. I don't think GTA 6 is gonna live up to the hype. It's gonna be good. I have no doubt in my mind that it'll be like a very good game. I don't personally think it's gonna be like, it's not gonna live, I don't think it's gonna live up to, and GTA 6 is gonna totally release this year. I heard there was like a delay or something to GTA 6, like that it's not coming out this year. Select the grant company. I'm a serpent in my main, so I'll go with Flame Officer. Seriously not sure. Oh wow, that armor is very cool. Gotcha, Kobo. Oh man. But yeah, I don't think GTA 6 is going to live up to the hype. The expectations are way too much, I think. I mean, I hope it does, but I don't see it living up to that like level of expectation. Oh my god, it's a cube. If they do price that game at $100 and people still buy it, I mean, everybody's gonna buy it. Here's the thing. It's more of like the kind of people that will willingly pay $100 for it are not people like us that see a game that's $100 and it's just going to be like, no, I'm not going to pay that much for it. It's just people in general. That only buy like a game every once in a while. And they're like, well, $100, you know, I'll get like, it'll last like 20 years or something like that. Again, for games like GTA, we're not the target audience. It's the Call of Duty crowd mostly. It's mostly the people that only buy one game like every few months or something like that. And the thing is, that game, like, no streamer wants to miss out on it. So all the streamers are gonna buy it, everybody's gonna play it. But here's a hot take. I think that if they price it at 100, but the game is complete and includes everything or whatever, I don't think that for GTA specifically, it would be that bad of a deal, because they've like what? Last time they released a GTA was like 16, 20 years ago, whatever, however long. It's been around for years. Oh no, there will be DLC for sure, but with the promise that everything in the game in the future will be free or included in the price that you pay, like no season pass, no nothing, it's just the game for like $100. I don't think it would be the worst, but I don't think they'd be stupid to price it at 100. Because if they price it at 100, and all these greedy AAA companies decide that they're gonna do $100 for every year's Call of Duty or FIFA, that's not gonna happen. It'll collapse because most people are not gonna pay $100 for games. They'll buy GTA for $100. They're not gonna buy Call of Duty or FIFA or whatever for $100. So I think that as far as I'm aware, I don't think companies are going to be stupid enough to be like, oh, GTA 6 is $100. We should price our game at $100. It's like GTA is an anomaly, in my opinion. No one in their right mind would pay. Like, it's like saying you're going to buy a Louis Vuitton bag for $1,000, right? But then you turn around and think, and like, but then, I don't know. What's a better analogy? Let's say you're gonna buy. All right, here's a better analogy. Let's use food. It's like saying you're gonna go to like a fancy restaurant, pay $50 for a very good steak or whatever, or like a hamburger that's $50. That's like gourmet, has everything, but then Burger King is gonna go and say, well, if they're paying $50 for that hamburger, they should pay $50 for ours as well. Like, that's not gonna happen. I don't think the industry is stupid enough as it is, because at this moment the industry itself is struggling. Like, indies are just taking over. That's maybe the hopium talking. I was reading an interview with what's his face? Here, let me look it up. It's gonna. Okay, Shuhei Yoshida. Shuhei Yoshida. I was reading an interview with him recently. And he was making the point that indies are just going to be the future now. Because he was saying that a lot of companies, like, he had a good mindset of, like, making games. And whatever idiot they have now at Sony doesn't really, like, Yoshida was, like, saying no to him. It's like, no, we're not doing live service. Like, we're going to do these cool games. And he kind of, like, strong-armed to kick him out. But in general, like, he was just saying, like, no, indies are the future. I think smaller developers are making the games that people want, and so you can't count on corporate. And it makes sense. I mean, we knew this was the case. Because we're like, oh, we want more Fire Emblem or whatever. And game companies like, no, we're gonna do games that are mass appeal. And they're like, no, but I want more of this thing. Like, no, you're not getting it. And so a few people, you know, even if it's strapped with together with duct tape, they make it. They learn from their first experience and continue making that. The industry's gonna reset like it originally was, like a neat hobby. I know video games are now like a mass consumption, huge thing now, but I think it's gonna reset a little bit.
No.
My fear is that people are getting stupider, and so games are gonna get dumber. So you're just gonna have to make games that are, I don't want to say like smart in terms of like, well, yeah, I guess I meant like IQ wise, people are getting stupider. So we're gonna see more yellow paint. Everything's gonna get so mass appeal. Oh, we gotta, like, people are stupid. We gotta make games dumber. We gotta make games like more accessible and more accessible. And it's like, it's gonna get to a point where like, why even play a video game if you can just auto it? I feel like games should be accessible, but in a way where like, if you have some sort of disability or whatever, there should be options for you to be able to play the game. I'm okay with that. What I mean is like accessible is like, I'm lazy as shit. I don't want to play your game. Make it super easy so I get to play this game. But a lot of games that are built like that, just they're the whole, like, we play games because we want that sort of challenge. That's why we play sports, we play games, we do puzzles, we do things. We want that sort of challenge. Imagine picking up like a jigsaw puzzle, but then there's a button that does the puzzle for you. Like, at that point, don't even buy the puzzle. Just watch someone on YouTube put it together. Like, if you're that committed to not playing a game, just watch someone play it. Don't come in and say that you want to have a game made for you, but you want to play it, but you, like, don't want the challenge. I want that umbrella. It's really cool. Let me ask a friend. She knows what umbrella that is.
And I'm figuring out what umbrella that is.
Eventually she'll tell me. See if she... Short. Lancer's Guild. I think every 30 levels, every 5 levels. I'm trying to, I need to remember something here. Character. I think there's an item I need to pick up. All right, there's a card game here. Well, that's the Final Fantasy Shinra bike. Oh, there's a delivery. I thought they would give me an item or whatever. Said. Let's see. Eat with Rosa and Mark. Awful. There's so little of this. But I'm glad I'm doing this. Playing with my alt from scratch. I think if I skip through everything, I can get to through a few expansions really quickly. Takes me a bit like, man, I'm so not used to the way targeting works in this game. It's been a minute. The targeting is kind of, it's, even after all this time, it's still not the best. I might have to go through a few options.
push this further. But I know that should probably do the Purple Town. Oh no, it's not. It's the fairy. In the early days, you would use items a lot, I remember. But now they don't really do very much.
Oh, I guess I'll type it. Oh, there's a keyboard that I can use here. Yeah, it feels like they've really eliminated a lot of the spam that used to happen. Oh, Papa Limo. Play Aziz Gorlin. I hardly know her. Brownie bush. Could you imagine like brownies just grew on trees? You'd be fucking dead from just diabetes. I'm trying to get into doing baking for extra. Yeah, no, thanks for coming, Dark. I might stream for a little bit longer. I'm not sure how much long.
I'll try not to stay up too late, but mostly for extra income though. But yeah, we're trying to come up with recipes that are mostly cheap to make but good. Because the problem with stuff like baking is that your ingredients have to be not only good, but they have to be cheap. So your investments are not huge, but your profit margins are. Without sacrificing the quality or the flavor. That's the hard part of making stuff. Like baking and whatever. And also like cooking is one thing, right? Like you can kind of cook something just like by the seat of your pants, but baking is very much an exact science. And if you don't follow like things to a T or do things like in an exact way, it's not gonna work out. It's very difficult. The only problem with also baking is that you need a lot of self-control, because when you're making a lot of sweets and stuff, it's very tempting to be like, oh, I'll try this one. Like, you can't touch your own product, but also at the same time, like, you know, if there's any leftovers or whatever, you have to be very, very, very careful. Like, it's very easy to be, oh, there's some cake batter left, or there's some, like, cookie dough left on the bowl. I can't remember when. on. And the Gunbreaker rotations are so much easier. I mean, the Black Mage rotations aren't too bad, but I might need to rearrange how my hotbar works. Speak with Plaxio. Find Plaxio. Here, I need to get some water. I'll be back. Okay. Okay. It's a little shit. Deceased Tran. Where are we going, Treebeard? Jumping Giga. running away. You know, this game was like came out around the era of like the Call of Duty Halo era. Like 2010 was like the epic gamer era. I'm gonna call it like the lobbies and stuff like. Well, I think that era is like mostly like like ever since like 360 came out. So maybe 2006, 2007, up until 2016. Harambe was decidedly the era where, like, the moment that ended. Harambe was like the whole watershed thing for that. Sec. Okay. Oh, that's south of Shroud. I guess I'll have to. Like the scenic route. It just brings me back to like you playing in this area. You hardly like visit this area. later in game, unless you're like doing job stuff or. It just feels very quaint to like how this game evolved. I remember getting lost a lot here because I wasn't looking at the map. You know what I find weird is that the housing market here also sucks. Just like in real life. Like there's not enough like housing. Like I never understood why this is such a problem here. Like I know that they have like the living quarters instanced, but I wonder if there's like a way where... Look, it's an antelope build. If there was like a better way to fix that, or just like fucking anything. Grown offering. The naming conventions on these things. Oh my god, from an angle, it looked like he had like an axe head armor, like helmet. Like his helmet is an axe. Tuned to having to walk all the way here. There's another one. Yeah. Just go through it, so. Darcy. Lesser, how long? I'm the rich, I'm the poor. Oh, right. Okay. I forgot about this. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Genuinely forgot about this. Elementals. It's crazy. It's crazy to me that this game came after Final Fantasy 13, where it feels like Final Fantasy 13 was a game that came after this one. But a lot of the sound effects and a lot of the design elements are straight out of Final Fantasy 13. I barely remember anything from Final Fantasy 13. Other than the creator of those wanted to make gender bent clouds so bad. They wanted to make Lightning the coolest fucking character. I don't hate Lightning. She's alright, but they were trying really, really hard. That's kind of like a... not fun. Sad. Conquer Valley. It was... Right, I forgot I could get a retainer. Oh, right, that's... really tall. way more hairstyles than I remember. Let's keep. Oh, I like this one. This one. How many options there were? I don't know. What's up? The name you have chosen is not available. What am I supposed to do here? That one works. Of course it does. Oh, I could. Nice, sleeping, potion. Don't ship. Look at this. Oh yeah, this is music, right? Let's see. Eat with Weinberg. All caramel. You know, summer's here when mosquitoes start being annoying. I have mosquitoes almost all year round, but for a few months they tend to calm down. But when it starts getting hot, they just start multiplying. One would think that heat would kill them, but apparently they found mosquitoes in Greenland, which is fucked. You know, the one thing I've appreciated over the years, like, this has nothing to do with what I was just talking about. What I've appreciated about this game for many years is that Yoshi P in a self-insert always shows up for New Year's as a way to thank the player, retell the stories or something like that. It's really great. He genuinely cares about this game, and he's always involved in everything that he can about it. So, I've never seen the Marmot before. Huh. There's a lot of like these aetherites that could have been better placed. Antelope stag.
sweets. I think I might be coming down with something. Or it might be my allergies acting up again. Hope it's not sickness and it's just allergies. It's weird having to fight these guys, especially considering how much the plot changes over time. Not even worth it. I'm gonna. That's a good stop point. start the quest and then teleport somewhere else. I'm gonna finish this and then. Let's see. Here, and then that way I have it set up for me to know where to go. It just quit. All right. Well, that was good. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Appreciate it. I'll try to stream again this week. Maybe something different. Maybe more Final Fantasy. I don't know. Probably Yakuza, because I'm gonna try and finish the games that I started before I go to Japan, so that I play Deltarune over there and I stream it. Either way, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Have a good night, everyone.